It was an ordinary morning, yet the city streets were alive with a subtle tension. Crowds moved quickly, unaware of the invisible threat lurking in every corner. Amidst the usual bustle, a mysterious object had appeared, a small, gleaming vial, whose contents remained unknown, but whose importance was undeniable. Anna, a young woman with sharp instincts, carefully observed the chaos around her. She knew that every step she took mattered. The vial, held close to her chest, pulsed with a quiet significance. Lucas, a man from the poorer side of the city, followed closely behind, his eyes scanning the streets for any sign of danger. The two had joined forces out of necessity, aware that their contrasting social statuses and skills complemented each other perfectly. The morning sun cast long shadows over the cobblestone streets. Every passerby seemed oblivious to the unfolding tension, but Anna and Lucas felt it in every heartbeat. They moved cautiously, their pace synchronized, aware that even the slightest misstep could cost them the mission. The first challenge arose when a figure appeared from the side alley, moving quickly and purposefully. Anna instinctively shifted, holding the vial closer. Lucas positioned himself strategically, forming a barrier against the unknown assailant. Every movement was precise, calculated, almost like a dance choreographed by danger itself. The stranger hesitated for a brief moment, seemingly evaluating the duo. That hesitation was all Anna needed to step forward, shielding the vial with determination. Lucas mirrored her movements, creating a protective formation around the precious object. Each second stretched, the tension almost tangible, the city's hum fading into the background. Anna's mind raced, analyzing the situation. She noticed small tells in the intruder's posture, slight imbalance, weight shifting, hesitation. Lucas, ever vigilant, caught subtleties that others would have missed. Together, they adapted instantly, turning potential chaos into a controlled response. After a tense standoff, the figure retreated, temporarily foiled. Anna and Lucas exchanged glances, acknowledging their mutual reliance. The vial was safe, but they both knew this was only the beginning. The mission demanded vigilance, strategy, and unwavering focus. As they advanced through the narrow streets, the first hints of dawn colored the sky in muted shades of orange and violet. The air carried a mix of relief and anticipation. Lucas adjusted his stance, ready for any sudden movement, while Anna's sharp eyes scanned every shadow, anticipating the next challenge. The city remained unaware of the high-stakes game unfolding within its streets. Every corner held potential threats, every sound was amplified in their minds. The vial pulsed softly in Anna's grasp, a reminder of the weight of their responsibility. They moved with purpose, each step calculated, each breath deliberate. Finally, they reached an abandoned warehouse on the outskirts, a strategic point to regroup and plan. Anna set the vial on a makeshift table, inspecting it carefully. Lucas surveyed the entrances, ensuring no surprise threats lingered. Shadows stretched across the dusty floors, the morning light piercing through broken windows. Even in that moment of temporary respite, they remained alert. The city outside was still quiet, but Anna and Lucas knew danger was never far away. The vial symbolized a truth that could not fall into the wrong hands, and they were committed to guarding it, fully aware that the next move could determine everything. The air was thick with anticipation, the sense of imminent confrontation never far. The streets held their secrets, the shadows their mysteries. Anna and Lucas were prepared, their unity, vigilance, and courage guiding them forward. The journey had begun, and the vial's mystery would demand every ounce of their skill, intuition, and bravery. The morning light continued to creep across the city, casting long, uneven shadows along the narrow alleys. Anna and Lucas moved with careful precision, their senses heightened. Every creak of a door, every distant footstep, seemed amplified in the stillness. The vial remained clutched tightly in Anna's hands, a silent pulse of urgency that dictated their every movement. They approached a small square where the first hints of daily life were beginning to emerge, vendors setting up stalls, merchants arranging goods, but neither of them paid attention to the ordinary hustle. Their focus was entirely on the path ahead, and on the threat they knew lingered somewhere in the shadows. Suddenly, a faint rustle echoed behind a pile of crates. Lucas froze, signaling Anna to halt. The intruder they had encountered earlier was back, moving with cautious determination. This time, it seemed the figure had learned from previous mistakes. Every muscle in Anna's body tensed, her mind running through possibilities. Lucas adjusted his stance, ready to intercept at the slightest provocation. The intruder advanced, testing their vigilance, circling to find a weak point in their defense. Anna moved with calculated agility, using the narrow walls to limit angles of attack, while Lucas mirrored her movements, ensuring no flank went unguarded. Every glance, every step, was a silent communication between them, a language developed through necessity. For a moment, time seemed to stretch as the intruder hesitated, weighing options. It was a fleeting pause, but enough for Anna to tighten her grip on the vial and shift slightly, positioning herself strategically. Lucas noticed the subtle imbalance and silently adjusted, creating a defensive triangle that left the intruder with no safe path. The confrontation was tense, silent, and deadly precise. A misstep could mean disaster, yet each movement from the trio was perfectly synchronized. The intruder lunged, but Lucas intercepted with swift precision, redirecting momentum away from Anna. Anna herself moved in a fluid motion, shielding the vial and pressing the advantage when the intruder overextended. Madame Lefebvre, or the strategist guiding their operations from the shadows, would have noted the finesse, the careful coordination. Every tiny detail was accounted for, every possible scenario considered. The intruder realized that control had shifted completely. One final attempt to seize the vial was met with unyielding resistance, a calculated combination of defense and counteraction. The intruder stumbled backward, frustration and disbelief crossing their face. Anna and Lucas held their ground, unwavering. The vial glimmered faintly in the morning light, a symbol of their success so far and the dangers still ahead. They advanced cautiously, navigating the winding streets, each shadow a potential trap, each step a calculated risk. Their path eventually led them to a deserted warehouse, its doors creaking as they entered. Here, they could regroup and strategize. Anna placed the vial carefully on a worn wooden table, scanning for any subtle signs of interference or tampering. Lucas surveyed the perimeter, checking for movement and escape routes. Together, they reviewed the streets they had traversed, noting areas that might harbor hidden threats. The morning sun streamed through broken windows, illuminating the dust in the air like a golden haze. Anna's eyes darted from corner to corner, never resting, aware that one lapse could undo all their careful planning. Lucas stayed close, muscles coiled, ready to act at a moment's notice. The atmosphere was heavy with tension, but they had learned to control it, channeling it into heightened awareness and preparedness. Even in the silence of the warehouse, the pulse of danger never fully subsided. Anna could feel it in the air, in the vibration beneath her feet, in the faint whisper of wind through broken panes. Every shadow could conceal the intruder or an unforeseen threat. Every second mattered. They prepared for the next phase, knowing the mission was far from over. The vial held a secret that could alter everything, and the responsibility of guarding it pressed heavily upon them. Yet, as they adjusted their positions and reinforced their strategies, there was a shared understanding. Together, they were stronger, and the dangers of the city could be met head-on. Lucas whispered, barely audible, "We can't let it slip again." Anna nodded, determination blazing in her eyes. The vial would remain safe as long as they moved with precision, vigilance, and unwavering resolve. The day was still young, but the stakes were already high. And as they exited the warehouse, ready to continue through the silent streets, Anna and Lucas knew that every step brought them closer to the ultimate confrontation, and to revealing the truth hidden within the mysterious vial. The sun had climbed higher, casting sharp beams of light across the cobblestone streets. Anna and Lucas moved with cautious determination, the vial still clutched tightly in Anna's hands. Every sense was alert, every movement deliberate. The city, now fully awake, remained oblivious to the high-stakes game unfolding in its shadows. As they rounded a corner, a sudden noise, a distant clatter of metal, made them freeze. Lucas signaled Anna to halt, and their eyes scanned every shadow. The intruder, relentless and cunning, was still tracking them. She had recovered from earlier setbacks and now appeared even more desperate, her movements calculated, yet erratic with tension. Anna adjusted her grip on the vial, feeling its cool surface press against her palm. Lucas mirrored her stance, forming an unspoken shield of protection. They moved as one, synchronized through unspoken cues, knowing any mistake could cost them the mission. Each step through the narrow alleys felt heavier, each breath more intentional. The intruder suddenly lunged from the shadows, aiming straight for the vial. Lucas reacted instantly, redirecting her momentum, while Anna stepped back, pivoting to maintain control. A misstep could be catastrophic, but years of training and sheer determination guided every action. Anna's heart pounded as the intruder's hand grazed the vial's surface, then recoiled as Lucas blocked with precision. A tense pause ensued. The intruder hesitated, her chest heaving, realizing that the upper hand had irrevocably shifted. Anna took a subtle step forward, positioning herself strategically, while Lucas flanked to ensure no escape. The alley, narrow and oppressive, seemed to shrink around them, compressing the suspense into an almost tangible force. Then, in a coordinated effort, Anna and Lucas advanced simultaneously. The intruder made a final, desperate attempt, but Anna twisted with perfect control, shielding the vial from harm. Lucas intercepted any lateral attack, while the intruder's accomplice, attempting to flank, was neutralized before reaching them. Every movement was precise, choreographed by instinct and adrenaline. In mere seconds, the confrontation ended. The intruder stepped back, exhausted and defeated, her face a mixture of disbelief and frustration. The vial remained secure, glimmering faintly under the sunlight, a symbol of their triumph and the truth still intact. Anna exhaled, feeling the tension drain from her muscles, while Lucas allowed himself a brief, controlled relief. They didn't linger. The city offered no sanctuary, and the mission was not yet complete. Each step through the bustling streets was measured, every shadow scanned for danger. The vial pulsed faintly against Anna's chest, a reminder of its value and the responsibility it carried. Eventually, they reached an abandoned warehouse on the city's outskirts, a temporary haven for planning the final moves. Anna placed the vial carefully on a table, inspecting it for damage. Lucas checked all access points, ensuring no one had followed them. The sunlight streaming through broken windows highlighted dust particles floating in the air, lending an ethereal glow to the tense atmosphere. A sudden noise outside, the unmistakable shuffle of cautious footsteps, made them freeze once more. The intruder had not given up. They moved into position instinctively. Anna took the vial in both hands, her eyes never leaving the door. Lucas mirrored her stance, ready to intercept any threat. Every muscle was coiled, every sense sharpened. The intruder emerged, determined to reclaim the vial, but this time, it was futile. Anna blocked her path immediately, Lucas flanked her, and any attempt at subterfuge was neutralized. In a final, decisive motion, Anna and Lucas controlled the confrontation, leaving the intruder with no option but retreat. The vial remained secure, gleaming subtly as if acknowledging their victory. For the first time that morning, a faint smile crossed Anna's face. They had safeguarded the truth, preserved the secret, and survived the gauntlet of danger. Lucas exhaled, allowing himself a moment of satisfaction. They had succeeded where countless missteps could have meant disaster. The city's normal rhythm continued around them, unaware of the intense struggle that had just taken place. Anna lifted the vial, holding it against the light, its contents still a mystery. The mission had been completed, but the enigma remained. What exactly lay within? A potent elixir, a cure, or something far more extraordinary? Now, it was up to the observers, the audience, to decide. The vial was safe, the truth protected, and the adventure concluded, but its secret was theirs to imagine. What do you think was inside the vial? Share your theories in the comments, let your imagination run wild, and remember to subscribe and leave a like for the next story.